Hello, good evening, and welcome to VOS TV Weekly News Magazine. I am Isioma Okole. The week under review began on a sad note as former President Muhammadu Buhari passed on in a London clinic on Sunday following a prolonged illness. Jude Aweke reports that a state funeral was held on Tuesday in honor of the deceased at his hometown of Daura in Katsina State.
The remains of the late former President Muhammadu Buhari, accompanied by Vice President Kashim Shettima, Chief of Staff to the President Femi Gbajabiamila, and some family members of the late former president landed at the Umaru Musa Yar'Adua Airport runway in Katsina State at about 1:59 p.m. of this Tuesday. The body, draped in the Nigerian flag, was brought down from the Nigerian Air Force aircraft by officials of the Nigerian military and was received by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu along other dignitaries at the airport. Governor Diko Rada of Katsina State and members of the Katsina State Executive Council, Deputy President of the Senate Bara Jibri, among other dignitaries, were equally on the ground to receive the corpse alongside some family members of the late former president. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu was also among those present and was captured welcoming and comforting the late Buhari's wife, Aisha Buhari. After a military farewell parade, the body is taken en route to Daura, the former president's hometown, where he will be committed to Mother Earth. Buhari's body had departed London in the United Kingdom around 8 a.m. on Tuesday. The former president died on Sunday at the London clinic at about 4:30 p.m. after a prolonged illness. However, the nature of the illness was not disclosed. He died at the age of 82. Jude Aweke, reporting for VOS TV News, Benin.
Thousands of mourners, including President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other dignitaries, on Tuesday stormed the Daura hometown of the late former President Muhammadu Buhari as his remains were laid to rest. The body of the deceased, draped in the Nigerian flag, was laid to rest at about 5:50 p.m. after a special Islamic prayer session led by the Chief Imam Daura Central Mosque, Sheikh Salisu Rabiu.
Approaching the body, the graveside, as the body being lowered there.
Meanwhile, as part of efforts to immortalize the late former President Muhammadu Buhari, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Thursday evening approved the renaming of the prestigious University of Maiduguri, Borno State, as Muhammadu Buhari University. This was during a special session of the Federal Executive Council held in honor of the former president at the Asue Villa in Abuja. Presiding over the special Federal Executive Council session, President Tinubu pays glowing tribute to his late predecessor Muhammadu Buhari, describing him as one whose life was defined by discipline, moral fortitude, and unwavering patriotism.
In a time when men had lost hope that change was possible, Muhammadu Buhari put his faith in the people of this country. We stood together, he and I, alongside others, drawn from across the political spectrum, regions and tongues. We formed an alliance that enabled Nigeria to experience the first true democratic transfer of power from one ruling party to another.
While acknowledging that Buhari's record, like all legacies, will be subject to debate, Tinubu insisted that the character he brought to public life, the moral force he carried, and the incorruptible standard he represented will not be forgotten in a hurry.
The purity of his private character gave radiance to the discipline and integrity of his public service. President Buhari was not a perfect man. No leader is. But he was in every sense of the word, a good man, a decent man, an honorable man. His record will be debated, as all legacies are, but the character he brought to public life, the moral force he carried, the incorruptible standard he presented will not be forgotten.
He announced the renaming of the University of Maiduguri after the late president to keep his memories alive.
With this special session of the Federal Executive Council expanded, can we adopt the naming of University of Maiduguri with a new name as Muhammadu Buhari University Maiduguri?
The Special Federal Executive Council session in honor of the late former Nigerian leader was attended by ministers, Senate and Reps leaders, top government officials, and aides, amongst others.
Where others sought glory, he sought duty. As a minister in his cabinet, appointed by him, I saw President Muhammadu Buhari unplugged. He was not flamboyant, far from it. His voice was measured, his steps deliberate, his public demeanor.
I was privileged to serve him in different capacities, and I can attest to his rare discipline.
The late President Muhammadu Buhari will be remembered not only for what he built, but for the lives he touched, the people he stood for.
A spirit of national unity and respect for the service that resonates with Nigerians and sets a worthy example for generations to come. The state burial accorded President Buhari reflects the esteem in which he was held, not just by this administration, but by Nigerians in general.
I had the privilege of serving as a state governor in those 8 years that he presided over the affairs of this country as the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I can recount a number of unforgettable moments with him. One of such was the time I joined All Progressive Congress, the party. I was in PDP. And we had gone to see him, and it was a very trying moment, the time of NSAS. And when the acting national chairman was the governor of Yobe State, I went with Atiku Bagudu, was the then progressive chairman, or progressive chairman, governor's chairman. I went with His Excellency Badaru, and then his chief of staff, Professor Gambari. And after we saw a man so excited and so happy, and when we left him, he called back, Professor Gambari and said something to him. He said, "Today remains one of my happiest moments."
The family of the late Buhari extends warm appreciation to the president and the entire nation for the honor accorded their late father, and most importantly, standing firmly behind them in their moment of grief.
And indeed all Nigerians at home and in diaspora for the numerous calls, messages, condolence visits, and prayers offered for the repose of the gentle soul of our departed father. Your visits, calls, and prayers symbolized a great honor to the memory of our late father.
Former President Muhammadu Buhari died on Sunday in London at the age of 82 after battling a prolonged illness. And now talking politics, wind of defection blew in the week. Under review as former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar officially announced his resignation from the People's Democratic Party, PDP. One Ijoma reports that Atiku Abubakar says departure from the PDP's founding principles necessitated his defection.
Former Vice President and 2023 presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, officially resigned from the party. His exit, which was made public through a resignation letter on Wednesday, comes amid a major shake-up ahead of the 2027 general elections. Atiku is now a key figure in the newly founded opposition alliance under the African Democratic Congress, ADC. The coalition also includes Labour parties Peter Obi, former Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi, and ex-Kaduna State Governor Nasser El-Rufai. Their joint objective to unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) in the next election cycle. Atiku's move marks a major realignment in Nigeria's political sense, ending its long-standing affiliation with the PDP and signaling a united front of heavyweight politicians seeking to rephrase the 2027 race. One Ijoma reporting for VOS TV News, Benin.
In the same vein, Edo political stalwart and Director General of the Asue Ogie Campaign Council, Matthew Idoekeme, in the week under review, also dumped the People's Democratic Party over what he described as erosion of founding values. Dennis Ubedian has the reports.
His resignation was conveyed in a letter dated July 17, 2025, and addressed to the PDP Ward 5 chairman in Ikpoba Oka local government area, Mr. Andrew Esemwede. Udoekeme, a long-standing member and stakeholder of the PDP, said recent developments within the party no longer align with the principles of democracy, inclusiveness, and people-first leadership that once defined the PDP. Describing the move as a difficult but necessary step, he explained that the decision was taken after deep reflection, not out of anger or haste, and driven by a need to preserve his personal integrity. He acknowledged that the PDP has been instrumental to his political and personal growth, while noting that the party has significantly drifted from the visions of his founding fathers. He added that his next focus will be on his family and business engagements. Udoekeme also expressed gratitude to the PDP leadership and members of his ward for their support over the years, and wished the party well in its future endeavors. Dennis Ubedian reporting for VOS TV, Benin City.
Still talking defection, in the week under review, former national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Chief John Odigye Oyegun, on Tuesday defected from the APC and officially joined the African Democratic Congress, ADC. Chief Oyegun was handed his membership card in Benin from the ADC chairman, Kennedy Odion. According to him, the rising insecurity and hunger under the present administration necessitated his decision. Oyegun served as the national chairman of the APC from 2014 to 2018. The Edo State Independent Electoral Commission, EDSEC, has officially fixed Saturday, 11th July 2026 for Edo State local government election. Chinaza Chineke reports that the chairman of EDSEC, Jonathan Ifobuka, disclosed this during a press briefing in Benin City.
Addressing journalists on Monday, July 15, 2025, at the Commission's headquarters along Airport Road in Benin City, EDSEC Chairman Honorable Jonathan Ahibokan, flagged by other Commission members, said the announcement was in line with Section 28(1) of the Electoral Act 2022, the Edo State Local Government Electoral Act 2012, and the Edo State Independent Electoral Commission Establishment Reenacted Amendment 1, Law 2022. According to him, elections into the offices of chairmen and councillors in the 18 local government councils will hold on Saturday, 11th July 2026. He noted that registered political parties are expected to collect nomination forms on behalf of their candidates at the EDSEC headquarters, urging full compliance with the published timeline. Also present at the briefing were commission members recently approved by the Edo State Governor, Senator Monday Owerlo. They include Honorable Asian Ojo Victor, Ihomo Eariva, Imafidon Hope Osaredion, Umoru Habib Frank, Dr. Suleiman Ovaiho Ihuria, Honorable Anthony Ahibome, and Aremuyo Aligame Momo. EDSEC 2026 Local Government Election Timetable, Wednesday, 16th July 2025, publication of Notice of Election, 3rd November 2025, meeting with political parties on election guidelines, Monday, 10th November 2025, conduct of party primaries and resolution of dispute disputes. Saturday, 29th November 2025, observation of party primaries by EDSEC. 8th to 22nd December 2025, collection of nomination forms, Forms A, A1 and M. 15th December 2025 to 5th January 2026, submission of nomination forms. 12th July 2026, publication of personal particulars of candidates. Monday, 19th January 2026, deadline for withdrawal or replacement of candidates. Friday, January 30th 2026, last day for submission of nomination form signed by nominees. Monday, 9th February 2026, publication of final list of candidates. Wednesday, 11th February 2026, commencement of public campaigns. Monday, 18th May 2026, deadline for the submission of polling agents list. Saturday, 27th June 2026, publication of notice of poll. Thursday, 9th July 2026, last day of campaigns. Saturday, 11th July 2026, election day. Saturday, 25th July 2026, runoff or rerun elections, if any. EDSEC called on all political parties, stakeholders, and the general public to adhere strictly to the schedule to ensure a free, fair, and credible election. Chinaza Chineke reporting for VOS TV, Benin City.
Away from politics, the Edo State Council of the Nigerian Union of Journalists has commended the management of the Vanco online space, VOS Global Media Service, for its professionalism and adherence to ethical journalism. This was during a courtesy visit by the management of the station to the state executives of the NUJ. The report. The Edo State Council of the Nigerian Union fair and unbiased news reportage. This, according to him, underscores the need for the organization to align itself with the NUJ, the umbrella body of all pen pushers in the state.
VOS Global Media is the parent body that houses the outfits of VOS TV, VOS Photo Hub, and VOS Social Media Management. So that the three outfits that form VOS Global Media. And this station is owned by an illustrious son of Benin Kingdom, Mr. Collins Obase, who is based in Germany. He's very passionate about the media. VOS TV came on stream in 2021. And since then, we have been working across boards to ensure that we are able to match the demands of the profession. It's an online TV station, as already stated, and is established to advance the cause of our society through the dissemination of information, that's educative programming and programs, entertainment, as well as information. And the thrust of our operation as a corporate organization is news, which cut across all sectors of the society. And apart from news, we also do other indoor programs. We have a standard studio where we produce political programs, entertainment programs, as well as educational programs.
Ayeni also sues for the collaborative support of the state leadership of the NUJ as VOS Global Media strives to sustain its mission.
Even though VOS TV is an online TV station, our operation is deeply rooted in the tenet of journalism by ensuring fairness, objectivity, and balance in our approach to reporting. And of course, this is made possible with the assemblage of professionals that we have working in that station. So as a station, we feel we have come a long way, and to have the recognition of NUJ, which is more or less like a governing body as far as the media industry is concerned. It is on the strength of this that we deem it necessary to officially familiarize ourselves with the body and go a step further to see how we can also be part of the body by way of registration. And we strongly believe that this will confer on us the legality of our operation as well as the recognition that we so much desire as a responsible corporate organization. This is also in pursuance of our ambition to evolve into a terrestrial station in no distant time.
While welcoming the team, the state chairman of the NUJ, Dr. Festus Alenke, gives a thumbs up to the management of the station, describing VOS TV as one of the online media organizations practicing journalism professionally in the state. He tasked them not to relent but continually adhere to the ethics of the pen profession in the discharge of their duties.
On behalf of my teammates in the State Council of Nigeria and journalists, I'd like to welcome you to the present. I very much about your online TV. I've also followed up some of the news programs. They are quite germane. We started well and going very well. We want to wish you well. Let's try as much as possible to balance our stories. It's very key. If they say Mr. A is told, and somebody is reporting Mr. A to you, that is told, it's your responsibility to find out Mr. A, they said is told. Did you steal? Yes or no, we make a story from that Mr. A. But the idea that some people come to say Mr. A is told, and you take the story from there without getting to Mr. A, what you have just done is called yellow journalism. That's one-sided journalism, and that's not the best way to practice this profession. So try as much as possible to do balancing and do in-depth investigation, into issues. You don't need to be told about some. You can always go for it. When you get it, you make it a report. So these are some of the things I need you to take a look at.
Dr. Alenke says the NUJ, under his leadership, will support the media organization.
So to us in NUJ, we show our support at all times. Before we get you admitted into the NUJ, we will always support you. If you have any issue you need us to resolve, don't fail to come to us. So, while doing this job, so many issues can come in the field. One or two of your colleagues can be arrested or attacked. That's why the NUJ is there. So feel free to come to us. Be sure of our defense at all times.
Present at the courtesy visit were executives of the State Council of the NUJ, including the Vice Chairman, Ede Ago, Secretary, Andy Egbon. Others include the Head of Production Department of VOS TV, Dennis Ubudien, Head of News Department of the station, Jude Aweke, amongst others. The visit is expected to strengthen mutual and cordial synergy between the Vanco online space and the Edo State Council of the NUJ. And now talking security. In the course of the week, a special squad set up by the Edo State government to rid the state of cultism nabbed 20 suspects in Benin City, the state capital. Jude Aweke is our guide on this report.
A raid operation by a special security squad known as Operation Flush at kidnappers and cultists, set up by Governor Mondo Bewolo to keep Edo State safe. From Isiho to Igwosa, Oluku to Ibiwe Lagos streets, the team combed all notorious hideouts in the state capital in search of criminals, cultists and drug peddlers. 20 suspects were nabbed in the operation, with drugs, dangerous weapons and other incriminating materials recovered.
don't know what you carry. ACP. Go like that. Make you zoom the DC. I better zoom that ACP this way. Remove your hand. Remove your hand and let them zoom it. Area commander. Now you be. Follow.
Speaking after the operation, members of the Edo State Special Security Squad against cultism and kidnapping commended the governor for establishing the squad, which according to them will go a long way in reducing the criminality and incessant cult-related killings perpetrated in the states.
Let me first of all commend the executive governor of Edo State. It shows that he's caring and endearing. It shows that, precisely speaking, is a man that is particularly given to peace and against conflict. We have seen the spate of killing in Edo State, and he took it upon himself to announce to the world, to announce to Edolites, to announce to everyone that the killing should stop, must stop, and it will stop. So we unleashed this special task force against cultism and kidnapping. And today is our first instance to the street, and we made a lot of arrests, a lot of endearing and emboldening arrests. And you can see for yourself, like you, the pressman, you notice what we have done all the way from Ugbowo down to town. They are all in the vehicles, the arrests we've made, the drugs we took, the ammunition we took, and everything we have taken. I think this is coming to stay, and we'll particularly make sure it stands.
He has mandated everybody, not just this team alone, but the general public. So if you see something, please say something. All meaningful Edo citizens, it's no longer time to hide secrets or be afraid of these persons. They are human beings like us. We thank the executive governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpewolo. The governor has said enough is enough to criminality. So we all have, together, we join the governor to say enough is enough.
It's not all about cultism. We're also looking for drug addicts and drug peddlers. We're also looking for kidnappers. And they are all interrelated. You can smell where your mother sell onions and your father sell garlic. They are all interrelated. So we have to make Benin City safe for us once again. I grew up in this town and I'm still in this town. Until recently, he became something else. So we have to clean the streets of all social vices. Whether cultism, armed robbery, kidnapping, the governor has said enough is enough and it's time to make Benin safe.
The team also sealed some facilities allegedly linked to crimes in the states.
The reason for the sealing is just to invite the proprietor of that hotel to come to the government house, and they've been intel from security operatives for them to come and explain their own parts, because when we got there it was like a hideout and a place for drug peddling and so many other. So all you need to do is come out and say, this is my hotel, this is what is happening around. It's not something personal.
The Edo State Special Security Squad against cultism and kidnapping involves a joint interagency team constituting the military, the police, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC personnel, and other sister security agencies, hunters, vigilante groups, and repentant cultists, among other critical stakeholders in the state, are also members of the squad. Jude Agweke, reporting for Viewers TV News, Benin.
And to conclude the news magazine, in the week under review, gunmen suspected to be Fulani headsmen invaded Jebu community in Plateau State and killed 27 persons with several wounded. Jude Aweke again completes the report.
People of Bedijebu of Toho's community, a Riom local government area of Plateau State, are thrown into mourning. It is an aftermath of a sporadic gunfire on Tuesday. Gunmen unleashed mayhem, leaving 27 persons, including women and children, gruesomely murdered, with skulls still missing. The villagers claimed that the attack also left many people injured, with several rushed to the hospitals, including the University of Jos Teaching Hospital in Plateau State. According to survivors, the gunmen suspected to be members of the Fulani ethnic group stormed the community, shooting sporadically and setting several houses ablaze.
The Fulani grazing their cows, because that is what they usually do. Their modus operandi to attack villages and communities is to come massively, with their cows, and then of course the attackers will pin down and the cattle will go back. And that was the exact thing that happened last night. They started showing some signs before that time, and of course we made some moves to see that there are security men from Sector 6 with 2 gun trucks, and I was satisfied that my people are well protected. But I discovered that about 21 souls, lives have gone far beyond the sun.
The attack has once again highlighted the security challenges in Plateau State, where communities have been targeted by armed groups in recent times.
Day in, day out, people are being killed. The terrain is so porous, and that is why some of us have argued that we need a state police in this country. If we don't have state police, we'll continue to have this problem.
As a woman, I am not happy. Women are becoming widows. Children are becoming orphans. I am calling on the president as the chief security of this country. He should do something.
Sincerely, it is very sad and unfortunate that up to today, these things have not come to an end. You have just witnessed, you've gone around together here, you've seen the dead bodies yourself. 27 people lying down. Okay? You've seen the corpses yourself. 27 people. This is very sad.
The incident has sparked concern and outrage, with many calling for increased security measures to protect the lives and property of citizens. The Plateau State government had last week recruited 150 new agro rangers as part of efforts to address the security challenges facing the states. Jude Aweke, reporting for Viewers TV News, Benin.
And that is the size of our weekly news magazine. As you bask in the euphoria of the weekend, make sure you stay safe. Together, we can achieve a peaceful society. If you see something, say something. On behalf of the news magazine producer, Jude Aweke, I am Isioma Okolie. Do have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.